You want to say before we get started?
Well, first thing I want to say is I want to congratulate all the people who really made the decision and bet on themselves. Nothing happens until we bet on ourselves. Decision is so important to everything we do. Success is not about luck. It's always about winning processes, winning disciplines, and really seeing ourselves much bigger. That's what success is. Everybody wants more. There's not a one person that I've ever met who doesn't want more. What happens is most people don't go after more and they're always on the periphery because they're hesitating. They're constantly hesitating and their old self is always driving the bus. It is always driving the bus. And then people say, why am I not doing better? Well, there's a reason because the patterns that got you here will not take you there. And you've got to understand our world is changing so dramatically, more than any other time in the history that I've been alive for 48 years. And what got you here will not get you there. And if you're really crushing it, you still got to keep reinventing yourself. If you're not, you've got to change your patterns because the patterns will change everything. But the type of decisions you make every day, you have these critical choices, and the type of decisions you make are either going to keep you stuck where you are, or it's going to keep you really propelling forward. So I want you to really think about what is it that I want before we even get in this Q&A. What is it that I really want? What type of life do I want to create for myself? And I want you to start locking in on what that person is. See, when you start locking in and understanding, there's a blueprint that tells us everything we want to know. There's not an accident why the top 1 to 3% make decisions quickly and they change them rarely. The longer you hesitate, the more expensive the hesitation becomes. And I want to put this out before we even get started. If you're waiting for certainty, you're going to wait forever. Certainty comes after you make a decision. When you're in motion, that's when the magic happens. So right now is the moment you decide, I'm going to create a life of freedom. I'm going to create the life that I'm really proud of. And you're going to be so glad you did in 6 months.
I think that's the perfect way to kick us off. Loretta, I see your hand up first. I'm going to go ahead and bring you on.
Well, it's great to be here. First of all, it's fantastic. I have an interesting question.
Sure.
I wrote it down. Let me read. Whenever I apply information that I've learned through the program and the books, etc., my feeling elevates. I feel so good when I apply that information. I feel, yeah, almost it's like a divine feeling. And my question for you is, when did you know that you were 100% connected with the infinite and guided by source? Did you know it by feeling, or was it an awareness? How did you know?
It's always by feeling, but I got that feeling because my awareness changed. See, I was an unconscious competent for a little while, and my results were changing quite fast. When you do the work, the result changed quite fast. But then I started anchoring what I was doing to win, to change the results. So I changed my patterns. And then I would stop myself and say, remember this. Remember what you were doing that won. So as my awareness changed, everything changed. I always brag that I had the greatest mentor in the world. And I was a great student. Like he told me to do something, I did it. But what happened, one day we were talking, Loretta, and he said, awareness is everything. And you can never have enough awareness. And that's why I kept studying this, and that's why I keep studying this. That's why I pay whatever I can for people who are further than me, because you can always measure the price you pay, but you can never measure where it'll take you. Now, I'd be lying to you if when I first started, when I did my first investment to get mentored, if I thought it was going to take off. Now, my history told me it was not, but I stopped letting my history define me, and I really start letting my vision and my dreams define me. Like, to create freedom, you have to be different. You have to be different. People want to change without changing. They want to change their results without changing. And until you're willing to create the habit of continually betting on yourself, you're going to default to your old person. So you have to be really understanding how to use your mind. Now, most people know a lot about their mind who come work with me. And it's not that they don't know about it, but they don't know how to activate it consciously. So they'll listen to other people, they'll try to take the safe route, and it's never the safe route. You never grow in your comfort zone. So for you, what I would tell you is keep putting the pedal on the gas of growing yourself. You're never going to get worse growing, ever. So that's what I did, and I've been doing it now every day for 20 years.
Wonderful. Thanks.
Sure.
Thank you, Loretta. All right, we had so many people join us since I gave my little intro, so I'm going to give this little spiel one more time before we move on to the next question. If you have a question for Arash, all you need to do is click the React button at the bottom of the Zoom screen and then click Raise Hand, and I'll be able to bring you on with Arash. All right, Aayou, you're up next.
Good morning, Arash.
Good morning, Aayou.
My question is, I've told you I'm doing a course for a job, but I'm not really in love with it. Like I have to drag myself to even do the course, and and seeing my score from 100, 100, 100, and then 90, 70. I'm like, this is hard. To me, it's hard. And then I started thinking, I don't know why. I actually I make desserts before. So for one whole year, last year, I sold them. And then I feel like I'm in love with it again. Like I want to do it again. So I don't know what to do. Should I focus on both trying to do this course and then trying to create a business, or do I have to pick one?
Well, you don't have to pick one. I think you can play the and game, but what's happening is you're trying to will yourself to do the course.
Yeah.
And when you're trying to will yourself, you haven't decided, you haven't committed to doing the course. So ask yourself, why did I do the course in the first place? And do I still want to do it? And so if we're not committed, we're not going to do well. Energy is so important to understand. Energy is a creative force. So when we are not all in, we're half in, half out. That's why your scores are going down. So what you've got to decide, in my opinion right now, you're trying to chase results. You're not expecting it. Success is not meant for just a few people. It's for everybody. But everything that you've accomplished in your life is the same way you're going to accomplish your next level of greatness. It's done the exact same way. When you get in harmony with the spiritual essence of who you are, that's when the magic happens. So I want you to focus on what do I want over my current results. I think you're trying to change current results instead of deciding to live as a person you want to become and allow it to happen. And so when we're chasing, we're separate from the goal. So if this does not serve you anymore, this course, then let it go. If it serves you and it's in harmony with your goal, then put your whole heart into it and change your attitude towards it and change your relationship to it. You have to have a great relationship to whatever you're going after. Like it's got to be a love story. It's got to be an obsession that's always on your mind. And when you do that, you're going to allow yourself to really create really great results.
Okay, so I can try to do both then? You said it's okay then.
Yes, I mean you could do both. There's nothing wrong with doing both. You could play the and game in your life, but you've got to make a philosophy change.
Mhm.
Your philosophy changes. I am done being sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I'm going to commit fully to creating the life that I fall in love with, that I'm in love with. And you've got to identify what type of life that is for yourself. And every choice, every decision is in harmony with that. If you have an opportunity that's going to bring you closer to that, you always say yes to. Decision is so easy. People complicate it. Decision is this going to grow me? Then it's a yes. Is it going to contract me? Then it's a no. And where people make a mistake, Aayou, is they make every decision by what's in their bank account. That's not a decision. That's a paradigm.
Mhm.
You're never going to win like that, ever. I have so many success stories because I've done this work. I know how to win easily. Like winning is easy once you learn the rules. And the people who actually do it instead of try to win in their comfort zone, because that's never going to happen.
Mhm.
Today, I'm going to get out of my comfort zone minimum 3 to 4 times today. Minimum 3 to 4. Because I know that's what my goal demands. If I'm in my comfort zone, I'm just going to create based on the past. I don't want to create from the past. I want to create from my future self. My future self is a lot wiser than I am right now. So all I have to do is tap in and let my future self lead me.
Mhm.
Okay? So what I want you to do is stop creating. You're still creating from your old self. I want you to stop it. I want you to make a decision for yourself right now. I'm done chasing. I'm going to create the life I want. I don't care how long it takes. I'm going to do the right disciplines every day. I'm going to work the right actions every day. And I'm only going to come from the most positive, prosperous mental attitude. That's what I want you to do. Deal?
Okay. Deal.
Great.
All right. Thanks, Aayou. Stacy, you're up
Okay.
next.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning, Stacy. How are you?
Great. How are you?
I'm great.
Awesome. So it's so good to always see you in the team here. Thank you for everybody that supports everything we're trying to do as participants. I have a question that pertains to identity and the messy middle. So you put up a video yesterday on YouTube that really blew my mind. It really resonated with me about the subconscious money block.
Yeah.
And I've watched it probably 5 times now. And my question is, as I observe myself and watch where I am in this process, and really think about my identity, because my identity has upgraded so much since I first came to Transform. And now when I think about my identity as it relates to my goal, like I'm the type of person who comes to every world-class wealth event. I'm the type of person who spares no expense when it comes to coaching and personal development. And I'm the type of person who sells my company for $280 million and gives away $1 million a year. And I'm involved in that, and I believe that so deeply. But what really sort of called me out yesterday in your video was when you talked about the client that you're working with, and you said to him, do you think you could make $3 million this year? And he hesitated. And that's how you knew that he didn't have it at the emotional level. Yeah. And I was like, shit, that's me. And that was my exact goal for this year, was to do 10X and do $3 million this year. And in March, when you introduced me to that idea in the first peak performers call, I accepted it. And now I'm like, oh, we're in May. I'm not going to get there. Am I in the messy middle? How is it possible that I believe so deeply in my future self, but I don't believe in 6 months I can 10X my goal? How are these things true at the same time?
Because you're letting the result control you right now. Okay. And you're not using time as a tool. We want to leverage time. We're not at the end of the year, so you're cutting off all possibilities right now. Okay. You're cutting off. I always say there's literally 1 million channels to get to our goal. There's literally 1 million channels. Okay. So we've got to get out of the way, because I will tell you this, Stacy, in my life, there's times I've had a bad first quarter. And by the end of the year, I think about 1 year in particular, I ended up having the best year of my life at that time. Mm-hmm. So the only creatures on this planet who go by time are us as humans. No other creature goes by time. But you don't want to cut off possibilities. Your job every day is to live as a $3 million version of Stacy. You make decisions from the $3 million version. You have the attitude of the $3 million version. You live the standards of the $3 million version. That's when, through the repetition over and over again, you're going to get fused with that person. Until you're fused with that person, you're going to go to the old. And we've got to stop this addiction to our results. Our results we want to leverage and say, oh, it's telling me a story. Oh, it's interesting. It's telling me the story. So when we leverage it, instead of being obsessed by it, now we're thinking about what we want more than the present results. So you believe in your future self. I believe you know you're going to get there. Okay. But you have a subconscious block right now. And that subconscious block is you're letting your five senses dictate what's reality. Your five senses are not reality. Your five senses are just telling you what you've accepted to be true from the past. That's all they're telling you. That's all the five senses are telling you. So we've got to be stronger. Our mindset has to be stronger than our emotions. Okay. But you are going on a great path. Look at what you've done since November. You've had a massive transformation. A massive. Like, just look at what you've done since November, and you could tell your identity is going this way. But the reason is you've been such a great student. You've been such a great student. I told you at our World Class Wealth event, I said, you're crying. Is everything okay? You said, no, I was crying because of joy. And I just wanted to check in with you and now you're coming back to our next World Class Wealth. You're doing exactly what I did. You're betting on yourself. Until you bet on yourself, you're never going to win. No one will win until they bet on themselves. So I would go to battle with you every day. Like, the way you're going, I would go to battle with you every day. You're strong. You have a lot of courage, and you're not stopping. You keep getting better every day, and that's why you're going to be rewarded greatly.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you, Stacy. Phil, I can't call on you till your camera's on, so I'm going to skip and I'll come back to you. Daniel, you're up next.
Hi, Arash.
Hey, Daniel. How are you?
I'm doing very well. Thanks for letting me come on here. I got two quick questions for you.
Sure.
One, how do you recommend to get more emotionally involved in the exercises every day rather than doing them mechanically? And the second one, is there a way that we can diagnose our own blind spots?
Yeah, you can. How to get more emotionally involved is get out of your head and get into your heart. And before you do anything, you set the intention that it's already done. So, and ask yourself, why are you doing whatever you're doing before you start? Like, before I go into my morning routine, I always say, why am I doing this? We only do things if we have enough reasons to do it. Like, I know for me, for example, I get really locked into my morning routine because it's an opportunity for me to work on me before the day even starts. So, like, when you're auto-suggesting, then you say, why am I auto-suggesting instead of just saying it over and over again? You say, I'm auto-suggesting because I'm building a new belief, because nothing can happen without belief. I can't achieve anything without belief, right? So that way, before you even start, you give yourself enough reason to do it. Just give you an example, Daniel. Why are you on this Q&A today?
To help myself be more effective at, I guess, programming my mind and
Sure.
Reaching my goals.
But my point is, you had enough reason to be here. Okay. Yes. And then you had the courage to actually ask me a question, where a lot of people have questions and they won't even ask. So just by being here, you've improved your identity. Now, the second question is, how can you find out what your blind spots are? You got to get honest with yourself. Success is about being brutally honest with ourselves. A lot of people don't want to look at what's holding them back. And it's a very important question, so we don't keep repeating the same patterns. So every time you procrastinate, that's a blind spot. Every single time you procrastinate, it's a blind spot. So if I just told you, look at where you procrastinate, That'll show you your blind spot. Why do you procrastinate? Because you're not in the spirit of going after what you want. I want you to go after what you want with every cell of your being. I want you to understand it. I want you to know that in 6 months, you're going to be a completely different person if all I can get you to understand is how important consistency is. Consistency builds momentum. We've got to stay consistent even when the progress is slow. And we've got to be patient and persistent because those are two characteristics that are essential for success. A lot of people will start and stop, and they're constantly starting and stopping because they don't see the results, but they don't understand the results were created by years of crappy programming. And now they're saying, I want results. So they'll do something for a week, for a couple days, and then think they're going to get different results. That's not what happens. You got to do the repetition over and over again. The more you get emotionally involved in the repetition, the results happen by default. That's why I say this over and over again. I know this in every cell of my being, and not just by my results, by all my clients' results, is our Quantum Leap coaching program. I know how to get people quantum leaps. I know every single person deserves a quantum leap, but not every person is willing to do it. They won't even go that first step. Like I was just talking to Stacy, and I'm talking to you. You guys are making that first step. And then you jump levels. You skip levels by making every decision from your goal achieved, not from your present. That's critical. That's how you skip levels. And when you do that, you attract everything that's in harmony. And that's why processes are critical to creating success. A lot of people are trying to create success doing the same thing. It's never going to happen. We have to constantly transform ourselves. Constantly. And then you're going to fall in love with transforming yourself. So as you do that, that's where it'll take you.
Okay. Thanks, Arash.
Sure. My pleasure.
All right. Thank you, Daniel. All right. Philip wants to share something, but he can't turn on his camera. Philip, go ahead.
Okay.
Oh, you muted back really quick. Try one more time. There you go. Nope, muted back again. Last try, Phil, and then we'll have to move on. I'm sorry.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, super. I'm not in a position where I can attend this course. What I wanted to share is that I attended the peak performance course, and this was a life-changing course for me because what I learned from Arash is basically behave and act in urgency, decide and step in the unknown with faith. And that literally changed my life. And Arash, you used the example of the bamboo tree. Now, the thing is that I'm addicted, not even to the result of the bamboo tree. I'm just addicted every day to water it, to care for it. That's an addiction. And I wanted to thank you for that. Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure. I'm so happy for you, Phil. You know, Phil came 9 months ago to work with me, and he didn't know if it was going to work. And I did an event in Toronto, and he said, I just have to work with you. But because it was kind of like how I started, you're never going to know until you make a decision. And Phil made the decision, and he's transformed his life. But the best part is he's going to keep getting better and keep transforming. Because once you learn this, you never unlearn it. But you've got to set yourself up like Phil set himself up. You know, this is somebody who had desire for more, but instead of waiting for the perfect time, he stepped out and bet on himself. And I want all of you to do that with whatever you want, because that's going to be essential.
Perfect.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah,
next. Oh, go ahead, Phil. Sorry.
Yeah, just to say, because also the fact of what you taught me, Arash, was the fact of betting on yourself. And to be honest, I didn't give myself a choice. I mean, the only choice I gave myself is to bet on myself. And that decision is totally transforming my life. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thanks for sharing, Phil.
Love it, Phil. Marianne, you're up.
Good morning, Arash.
Good morning, Miriam.
I just want to say thank you so much for everything, because every time I feel myself going back, when I go back to the videos, go back to everything, I remember what you tell me, think from the goal, act like the person you want to become, come from the end. I just feel this jolt of energy and just this push to keep going, regardless of the outside result. So I just want to say thank you. And I wanted to also ask you this question. So a few years back, things were really difficult for me. But I did start like a nonprofit, and I was able to get some people to donate so I could help certain people in the area while I was still struggling to get what I wanted. Now, I was able to help a lot of people, but my situation did not change dramatically. It was still the same at the time. But then I noticed that when the nonprofit, I couldn't even contact people anymore because things were really bad. And then I was going through a divorce. So after the divorce, doors just opened. It was like a certain dark cloud lifted off of me. I was even able to get a job and then start a business. And the business I started, I was able to, things started working better, but I wasn't working as hard on the nonprofit anymore or even raising much money because I was focused on making profit. So I was wondering if one focuses on just a nonprofit just to help more people, does that take away from your own personal gain? Because now the travel business that I have, which I'm proud of, but we're still working on taking it to where I want it to be, and I'm grateful because you told me 2 years ago, was it I think it was maybe last year or 2023, you said go all in, forget about everything else. I did. Since that time I've been all in, and for some reason things are working out. I'm grateful for that. I'm all in. I'm not like scared when I wake up in the morning. Oh, I have to go help this, service this person's business and be distracted or disrespected. It's been my own thing. And when I wake up and I do it, it's good. Sometimes when things go down, it feels like, oh my gosh, how am I going to do? Do I need to go service somebody else's business? But then I'll remember your word and still stay through. And for some reason, it keeps working out. It keeps working out, so I'm grateful. So I just want to ask this question. Well, going back to this nonprofit, because yesterday we were able to help 2 women who were struggling back in Nigeria. There's a lot happening, so I wanted to do something, to see something little that would help someone, and it did. So would this take away and pull me back from where I want to go, or will this help me out? What do you think I could do to help, with my goals and stuff?
Well, if you want more money, the real question is, whose life can I change today? So it's only going to help you.
Oh, okay.
It's not going to take away from you.
Okay.
So, you've done such phenomenal work over the last several months, and it's only going to keep getting better. Just
thank you so much.
Of course, and keep stretching yourself. Stretching is important. It's part of the deal. Your consistency and stretching, but if anybody wants to create more wealth, we don't create it because we want it. We create it by the service we provide. And we've got to put deposits in ourselves with the right things. And that means the right standards, the right disciplines, the right identity. That's what's going to take us to where we want to go.
Okay.
Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Hey, it's Arash, and I've got something for those of you who've been asking. Arash, how can you coach me? How can I work with you? How can I get closer to what you're doing? Whether you're an entrepreneur, a business owner, or just someone hungry, I want to help you. And here's how. There's a link below this video. I want you to click it right now. All I'm asking for is your name, your phone number, and one question. What do you really want? How do you really want to live? That's it. Fill it out, and you're giving me permission to personally reach out to you. When you do, I'm going to connect with you and create a game plan. Now listen, if you've been watching my content, and you're ready for a breakthrough, or you're already winning big and you're just obsessed with getting better, going even further, I'm the coach. We're in a new era. And when you click that link, you're saying, Arash, I'm giving you permission to stretch me, to push me, to bring me upwards. And I promise you, if you're ready, this will change your life. So stop waiting, click the link, fill out the form, do it right now, and I'll be in touch.